Hey everyone, this time the video will be back on DCS. I just reinstalled DCS in my new PC, so it's still being adjusted, kind of like, you know, reinstalling everything, so it's still unstable with certain crashes or unable to load when I install voice attack, for example. So I not using voice attack anymore right now at this moment. So yeah, those kind of things. So this is the VR settings. So I'm gonna do kind of like takeoff and then circle around and trying to land back to Nellis, Nevada, and then we're going to talk about the setting later on. I'm using the big newie from the forums setting, so I think it's working fine. There might be some compromise though, but yeah, but that is very playable, around 80 to even 90 frame per second down to, right, let's say 50 during very dense area rendering in Las Vegas, for example. So in general though, it is quite okay, but yeah, so this is very rough, so still doing some setting and trying to try to get some kind of like which setting works much in a balanced way. So anyway, so let's dive in. Hi everyone, I'm back. So now I have inside FA18C Cockpit, so ready to roll, ready to do a cold start. So in front of me, unfortunately I cannot show you that I'm using FPS VR to measure the frame per second. So I'll show you the setting, or I put a setting below, but again it's now roughly around 45 frame per second with around 16, 17, 18 millisecond frame time GPU. CPU frame time around the same thing, but average FPS is around 80 frame per second. So here there are some jaggy line, some shimmering with this resolution. So basically I'm using 54%, around 50 to 54% in difference. Previously I tried 70%, though it's very good. Very good graphics. Overall is very crisp outside. Now cockpit wise it's okay, so everything looks readable, you know, even the small dial. I'm using, as I mentioned before, I'm using HP Reverb G2, so it is excellent on the cockpit. However, on the scenery, the mountains, the trees, and even the FA18 in front of me is still a bit of jaggy lines because I'm lowering down the filters, anisotropic filtering, and some of the setting. But other than that, I'm okay. When I'm using a free flight though, I can get into like 90 frame per second, so above, you know, around 50 feet above, 5,000 feet above. So it should be okay. GPU memory fully utilized. I'm using 3080 RTX 3080, so only 10 gigabyte DRAM, DDR6X, I guess. So that is optimized, maximized, I guess. Anything else? I am reading out the FPS VR in DCS. So yeah. So Steam VR super sampling is 54%, CPU utilization around 70%. I'm using Ryzen 9 5950X, so it's very beefy. But again, it's just the RAM is 32 gigabytes, so utilize the DDR4 CPU RAM is only used around half of it. So okay, so that is the start before I start up. So I'm going to start up. Cold start this FA18. So let me check several. Okay, so for the battery already using this one. Let's see. Okay, Patriot. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using kneeboard, so I can activate kneeboard here. It's over there in the screens. I cannot put in my labs because I don't think it's doable at this moment, but it's okay. So let's see, parking brake set, anti-skid on. Anti-skid, I think it's supposed to be on. Master arm safe. And then wing fold, yes, match. And then battery on already. Brake pressure, the brake pressure is, yep, 3000. Battery is to 3. The FPS VR is actually blocking my view. Let's put it aside. Okay, battery okay. And for test, so let's do the full test here.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Okay, so let's cycle the battery. And then let's do
engine fire left.
fire
Engine
test B.
fire left.
So this is the
Engine
backup.
fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Okay, so I'm not using my dedicated FA18 cockpit yet, because if once I put it in, I cannot play any FS 2020 Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm using a generic. This is a multi-purpose Franken Cockpit, you call it. So yeah. Anyway, so let's do APU. APU start. I think it's going to be a bit noisy. Strobe light already bright, so let's close. So I'm binding several keys into my other cockpits here, buttons, so just to make it easier for me to access. Okay, cockpit strobe light, engine crank right, so I think it's green. Okay, APU green. So ready to crank on the right. Let's crank engine on the right side. Let's wait until around 20. Okay, so put on idle, so it's ramping up, spooling up. Okay. Okay, engine up. So let's do bleed cycle.
Roll left, roll left.
So let's do bleed cycle first.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
This is bleed air. So okay, bleed air cycled. And light test performance. I forgot which one. I think this one is binded to. Nope. Oh, this one. Nope. I forgot which one though. That is being bind into the light test. Anyway, so let's do here. Okay, everything lights up properly. Okay, good. So let's turn on the left MFD, right MFD, and then this one, brightness and HUD. Okay, good. So on the left side we're gonna use the the FCS, so we're gonna do here and FCS here. Okay, so in the bit side it's all it's okay. So let's test start the bit test. So I'm gonna click here the button here by holding this one. So okay, so it's restart. I think anyway. Okay, in test. So yep, so it's testing. Okay, so that's test. I bit done. So and then HUD on. It's okay, so let's switch on the NS so it's aligned. So let's put here on the green side. Okay, so it's starting the ground alignment, so we mustn't move until it's aligned, unfortunately. And that's it. So that is right engine. So now we are going to crank the left engine. Nope, that's master cautions. So engine on idle, left throttle to idle, so it starts pulling up on the left engine. HSI start aligning until it's around 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It's going to take some time. Okay, left throttle already on idle. Okay, so stabilize. Once stabilized, you can turn off APU though. It just automatically turn off later on. So let's do FCS reset. Okay, and then flaps to auto. And then all box on. All box on. So I'm using oxygen now. Radar to operative. Done. And then wing fold already spread out. FCS I bit done perform. I did it too early, I guess. It's okay. Okay, so APU is off now automatically. So just turn off physical switch. The flap has to be set up to half. Okay, let's set up to half, and then let's press the trim button. Or actually I already trim set. Anyway, okay, trim takeoff trim button press. FCS check 3012. Okay, that's 12. Wing fold as required. Left, it's okay. Let's set up this one for DDU. So for HUD, MFD, and then this one is I have to pick from my gaps because I cannot be seen. So FCS on the right side, and then uncage. Let's uncage the altitude. Okay. And then let's set out the warning altimeters around 200. Well, radio altimeter set. Let's do a radar first, and then later on barometers, and okay, ACS mode auto bingo set. Okay, bingo. Let's do 4000s. Okay, 4000 for down check, RF probe. I can actually do this. As you can see, we check the air-to-air refueling probe. It's working fine, and then bar hooks, I think it's working okay. Cannot see it, of course. Okay, so it's working fine, and then pitot heat, I'm okay. Pitot heat on. So it goes to auto and speed brake. So let's do speed brake. So there's an indication here called in the green one. There's a speed brake in the warning lights. So I think speed brakes is up. Cannot see it. And then on retracted. Okay, so it's retracted. It's fine. So done. Brake. Once I'm done, I can actually close it. Almost done on the alignment. Just few second more, and then nose wheel steering is already on. So we'll see about that on the alignment. Okay, so actually I forgot. I was supposed to ask for the ATC on startup. Anyway, so we already start up, so kind of
in field 1-1, request startup.
Yeah, so it's a bit late.
Field 1-1, clear for startup, wind 046 at 6 meters per second.
Okay, so I think we're done with our check trim takeoff, check takeoff trim, air brake in, hook up, landing taxi light on. So before we depart, we're gonna do landing taxi, of course. Sorry, landing taxi light on. Okay, and I think, yeah, almost done. So once it's okay, so I think it's been done. Let's request for taxi.
In field 1-1, request taxi to runway. In field 1-1, clear to taxi to runway 3, path 1.
Okay, taxi runway 3, that's over there. Yeah, so okay, anything else after takeoff checklist, gear up, auto? I'm gonna do that after the takeoff, but anyway, it's supposed to be okay. So let's turn off this kneeboard, and I think we're done. Let's check again. Tekken volume is not yet on. I'm okay with that because we are not going to use Tekken at this moment. Okay, and 2 minutes more. That's quite a long alignment. I think there's the new features where they remember the last alignment of the aircraft as an options, but this one is still kind of like taking quite some time. I think this FPS VR, okay, okay, it's done, it's on. Stand by. Damn it, I cannot see it. It's blocked. There's a FPS VR here in front of me, so I cannot see the instrument below. I will probably disable it after this test, just to make sure that this setting is okay. So it's okay now. Let's put this into ground. So now we are ready. So waypoint, let's set waypoint 1. So we're gonna set waypoint 1. Okay, so I think, oops, sorry, wrong joystick. So there's several joystick here. Anyway, okay, so let's roll. Okay, parking brake off. Okay, I didn't have the setting for the high nose wheel steering because I'm using the Extreem 3D over here. For this one I have the pedal, but this one is not. So let's see. No, I disable this one, so I cannot. Yeah, at this moment I will not be able to kind of have a. So it's not going to be using high turn nose wheel steering at this moment. Unfortunately, cannot use that. So I have to be able to turn a bit early. Okay, so that is the runway over there. Yep, that's the runway. So I need to enter here. 03 left. Okay, that's the stripe. So we're gonna align there. So we're going to ask for takeoff.
Infield 1-1, request takeoff. Infield 1-1, you are clear for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 28.02.
So with HP Reverb G2, the panel of the FA18 was really clear, very good, no issues. But the scenery, I had to turn down a bit on the yeah, so that is impacting the scenery. Okay, so let's roll. It's becoming a bit jittery. Okay, so now we can lift off around 140 and then gear up. And then flaps to auto. Yeah, that's the, I think that's the racing circuits over there. So now we're going to a bit of like do some fun flying, of course. It's not going to be long, but then we're gonna return back. So this one is our waypoint. Let's follow the waypoint because I don't know about this, but this is using what do you call it, instant mission from DCS. we're going to follow this. I think we're going somewhere toward the desert over there. Let's do around 5,000. Okay, so we can use barometric altimeter now. So here I get 90 frames per second in empty desert like this, or even in Caucasus regions, if there's no a lot of like what do you call it, city scene. I think it's 90 frames per second. So 90 frames per second on the graphic, and then the CPU is 70, around 68 frames per second, but the millisecond is 10 milliseconds. So it's very smooth. Okay, so we are turning left, our next waypoint. I don't know where they bring us, so let's follow the waypoints. I think they are trying to return us to the initial. Yeah, I think it's going back to the city. We'll see about that. So it's going to be fun to see. I haven't really tested the instant mission though. So we're using 8,000 feet, using barometric altitude. The good thing with VR is very intuitive. I don't need to, change the view. I can, whatever I want, which direction that I want to see, I can, just put my head around. It's very, very immersive. I mean, using my 4K TV was really good in the details, but you kind of miss the freedom of able to look around, Okay, so we are being directed to here. Okay, so we are circling back actually. I don't know, so we'll see about that. So I think we are being directed toward the lake. Oh, we are now. Oh, I think it is like I don't know. So we have to turn back again. So this one, I think it's like a patrol kind of waypoint here. So let's see if we can select to waypoint 2. So this is the second waypoint. I haven't really used like autopilot or any other features yet, so I'm okay with that. I think this is like this is like unfortunately the thing is, without a real cockpit, if I using a real cockpit, I can just press the right button in the MPCD, for example, AMPCD. That will be probably much more intuitive, Wow, there's a very long way to go. So I don't think I want to go there. So let's move into the next waypoint. Even longer than that. 4th waypoint. Still going to be very far away. 5th waypoint was not far from here. 6th waypoint will return us. No, there's no 6th waypoint. Okay, anyway, so I don't want to follow the waypoint, so let's go back to where we came from. I think we're gonna land, try to land, I think over there. That is the city. So we're going into the city, back into the city. We're not going to follow the given waypoint. So but at 10,000 feet the frame per second was really hovering around 70, 80, and 90, you know, because I think it's a bit more, again, I have to put the throttle back a bit. I'm putting very fast, I'm traveling very fast. So, okay, so now we are trying to back to the city, and we are trying to land. So we're gonna come from yeah, so that is the airport over there, sorry, the air base. I'm not used, I used to play FS2020, so it's becoming an airport now. So this is our air base. So we're gonna come in from I think it's going to be heading 210, and then
Altitude.
after that, here I'm not worried about the altitude. We can flying low. I'm not doing this right now, but yeah, flying low is going to be very interesting in VR, you know. So the head movement is amazing, rather than using IR tracker or something like that. Just unfortunately the computer won't be able to keep up with the what do you call it? Oh, I'm too low. Okay, let's put around 1000. Okay, so I'm trying to align myself with the runway now, so I'm going to land on that one. So going to, I haven't really put the shortcut key for it for communication, so it's a bit difficult using keyboard. Okay, so I'm aligning with the airport, and once we passed it, we're gonna turn back again, and we're going to slow down, and then okay, so now we are let's do turning here. So we're still not going to slow down here because we're still far away. So we're gonna circle back once more, and then okay, so we're gonna, yeah, okay, I think it's okay now. We can configure right now. Actually, yes, we're supposed to configure just now. It's okay, but I'm a bit late. So we're gonna slow down here. So, and then let's gear down on 250. Okay, gear down, and let's configure for full flaps. Yep. Okay, request landing.
In field 1-1, request landing.
I don't know my trim button is working or not, but seems to be not responding well. I need to trim a bit, I did too high. Okay, got it. So now I need to just follow the so I'm on the glide slope, but then okay, so let's try it. I'm a bit rusty on flying the jet though. Okay, so 900 feet, I'm okay with that. so I need just to keep the oops, yeah, just be careful. I think it's a bit yeah, the stick was not really that good. Anyway, so we'll see about that. So I'm okay with the alignment, slightly more.
Airfield 1-1, check landing gear. Wind 046 at 6 meters per second. Runway 21.
Okay, so I need to be faster a bit. Oops. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Not a very good glide slope though, but nice landing, so it's not hard. I'm okay. So speed brake. Speed brake on, slowing down. Okay, let's brake. It's almost end of the runway, so it's just about right to turn right because our parking is over there. Okay, so we are now slowing down. Speed brake off. Okay, speed brake off. So okay, so let's return back to. Yep, I will. So I'm gonna taxi to parking where we start. Parking area to where we start before. So it's a bit. There's no high turning radius. I'm not, yeah, so it's going to be a bit difficult, but I think we're parking next to that FA18. Okay, so let's turn here. Yeah, it's not following the yellow line because I'm not able to turn rapidly using the high turn functions. Unfortunately, it's not. I don't have the button bind into my Extreem 3D, but this one joystick is better than this Cytec. I like this Logitech Extreem much more than the Cytec one. I don't know why, but I think the Cytec one is a bit twitchy. This one is a bit nice. So here we are, our parking is here. Let's go in next to this. Can we line up? Yep, I think we could. Okay, good. So we back where we are. So let's parking brake set. Okay, so okay. Oh, this one is all box. Sorry about that. Which one is park? Oh, this one is external light. Oh, this one. I forgot to anti-skid off though, but anyway. Taxi light off. So let's see our where is it? Okay, and let's put our master arm safe already. Highlights DDS checklist. Yeah, this I don't know what the checklist is. No, it's a checklist here. Oops, sorry. Checklist landing. wheels, flaps, diskette of harness dispenser. I think we done already. HSI map, MPCD done. But that's approach checklist. Sorry, we done our after landing hook up, flaps auto, seat safe. Okay, and always steering engage ready. Takeoff trim press. Did I? Anyway, so takeoff trim press done. Okay, all box off. So all box off. We can open canopy. And always steering disengage. Flap full. Flap full. Let's put it flap full. Flap full. And let's put throttle off here. Oops. And left engine off. And let's shut down the MPCD, MFD, and also this one, and HUD off, lights off. Okay, lights off, and lights. So okay, right engine off. No. So let's put this off, and right engine off. Okay, that's it. And then I can switch off the battery. I think I've done. Oh, so I can cage first this okay, cage the sorry, and then this one is just turned off. So yeah. Okay, what else? All box off. That's it. So I'm done. So battery off. So kneeboard off. Okay guys, so that's it. That's the flight, quick flight from cold start using VR. So it's very immersive, very nice. The HP Reverb G2 can really show off the cockpit nicely. I'm using 54%, I think around 54% right now. I can push into 60% to get much more detail, but doesn't make any difference. But if I push into 70%, I could have a nicely scenery. You know, the outside view is much crisper and then sharp. But I end up with around 20-30 FPS regions at this highly dense area, so it's going to exceed 20 millisecond threshold of comfort, although it's still flyable though. So if you want to have a nice view outside while having to maintain a good kind of fluidity of the VR experience, I guess yes, you can push it to 70% in Steam VR settings, super sampling. So you can push toward like 70%. You're gonna get a very nice outside view. Of course, the inside view will probably enhance further. But here the cockpit looks quite nice. Still readable. There's a bit of jigginess. I'm okay with it, but still. Yeah. By the way, I put a kind of foam here to so I'm much more comfortable if this headset a bit tilted down, slightly tilted down. So initially I'm using 3D printed, much more kind of mods for this HP Reverb G2, but here sometimes you have to tilt manually and then leave a gap inside your near your forehead. So I'm putting a foam here. Probably you cannot see it. There's a additional foam that I carved just to hold the headset tilted down a bit, so it gives me mostly in focus area most of the time. Okay, so that is just the things that I've modified. Okay, so that's it for this flight. We're gonna do again another flight in supercarrier. Okay, so we'll see about that. I might not be able to land properly because it's been some times, and it's very difficult to land in the aircraft carrier.